20-year-old Johnson appeared in court today alongside her parents and attorney. Ortega is seeking Johnson's medical records from the university. If convicted, Johnson could face up to 60 years in prison. The WASP system has 3 components. The first component is the biosensor right here that tracks your heart rate and breathing rate. The second is the location device that tracks where you are. And these 2 pieces work together to send data back to the command officer through the radio right here. The CU Ballet has 2 main productions. These costumes will be used in Coppelia, the upcoming performance in May. R&B singer Jeremiah is performing at the Canopy Club tonight for the first time. He's currently working on his 5th album called Later That Night. Up until the clouds rolled in, it was a beautiful day. Stay tuned for your weekend weather forecast. Your UI7 News starts right now. In just a few weeks, the CU Ballet will put on its spring production, Coppelia. The dancers will tell a story of a village youth who falls in love with a life-size dancing doll. But behind the theatrics are volunteers like Alicia Trezise. Her son is in the ballet, and she sews costumes together and helps with rehearsals. Trezise says volunteering at the CU Ballet is easy.
The CU Ballet has given such a great opportunity to my son and has just really given him so many wonderful things, in addition to learning how to dance.
Trezise's son, Nick Hiddle, auditioned for his first role in the ballet at 8 years old. He was cast as a mouse in The Nutcracker.
Ballet's taught me just to be the best I can be all the time.
Hiddle enrolled in classes after his performance in The Nutcracker, and Trezise stayed involved as a volunteer. She started out with 12 volunteer hours that are required from the performers' families, but now she spends about 5 to 6 hours a week sewing together costumes for all the shows. The CU Ballet has 2 main productions. These costumes will be used in Coppelia, the upcoming performance in May. And Trezise often takes costumes home so she can make sure they're ready in time for the show. The additional hours are worth it for her because of the impact the ballet has had on her son.
It's helped his academics and his character and his confidence, that it makes it very easy for me as a family member to want to give back.
Hiddle is graduating high school in May, and like his mom, he sees himself volunteering for a local ballet company in the future. In Champaign, I'm Alice Smelyansky, UI7 News. Picture this. You're a firefighter trying to force open a door and your heart rate shoots up to 180 beats per minute in the process. An alarm instantly goes off and your command officer looks into why your heart rate is so high and where you are in a building. At the Illinois Fire Service Institute, this scene is becoming a reality. Director of Research at the Institute, Gavin Horn, is studying how a wearable advanced sensor platform, or WASP, can aid firefighters.
Locating firefighters in the fireground is critical so we know where everyone is and can keep track of them and have awareness of where people are working.
The WASP system has 3 components. The first component is the biosensor right here that tracks your heart rate and breathing rate. The second is the location device that tracks where you are. And these 2 pieces work together to send data back to the command officer through the radio right here. Richard Kessler is a volunteer firefighter and research assistant at the Institute. He says that any fireground operation could benefit from the WASP system because of the confusion that comes with any major fire scene.
It's controlled chaos at best, and uncontrolled chaos at its worst.
In this video, you can see 2 firefighters training inside a structure. The green arrow shows a firefighter entering through the ground floor, while the blue arrow shows a firefighter go around the back of the building and up to the 2nd floor. This type of technology allows real-time feedback. Kessler trains for 4 hours with the Savoy Fire Department every Monday night. He hasn't used the WASP system in his training yet, but he expects its integration soon. The Illinois Fire Service Institute hopes that the new technology will help in understanding the physical demands of firefighting. In Champaign, I'm Alice Smelyansky, UI7 News. Last night, nearly $10,000 were raised at a rapid pace. Sigma Alpha Sorority and the 4-H House held the 3rd annual live date auction to support the I Pay It Forward Scholarship Fund. This is the last event in the month-long effort to raise money for students in the College of Aces. It's bidding wars like the one freshman Jordan Breedlove was in that help students collect money. Breedlove bid $360 early in the night and later $495.
I just always have wanted to give back. That's why I joined Student Advancement Committee and just wanted to give back to the campus.
Breedlove also let others participate in the bidding war. He was auctioned off for $525. About a third of the donations for the Pay It Forward campaign come from tonight's auction, and every year the tent gets bigger and bigger. 37 students received scholarships over the past 2 years from this campaign. Director of Development for the ACES Office of Advancement, Stacy Cole, says these scholarships are especially critical in a year when Illinois has no budget.
We saw a student who literally had his bags packed because he couldn't afford his rent, and we were able to give him $1,000. That's how much we gave to all the scholarship recipients. That money gets put to work immediately, and he was able to stay, and he's graduated this year.
The campaign raised a little over $17,000 in its first year and about $20,000 in its second year. Cole projects about 20 students will receive $1,000 scholarships after last night's auction. Breedlove says he plans on forgetting how much he spent by celebrating with friends, but he will continue to bid in the future. Good evening and welcome to UI7 News. I'm Alice Smelyansky. If we look at the regional map, you can see there's a little bit more variation. So we've got 57 in Indianapolis, 63 in Louisville, but it's all about the same within Illinois. Nationally, there's of course a lot more variation. So in Dallas, we've got 62 degrees. In Atlanta, we've got 75. And in Miami, we've got 82 because it's always nice in Miami. Tonight, you can expect to see about the same as what you've already been experiencing. So we've got some more light rain. You might want to have a rain jacket on or have an umbrella with you. Tomorrow, you will get to see the sun. It exists and you'll experience it, but not for too long because later this week, the weather is not going to be so nice. So as you can see, we are definitely in spring. There's a lot of showers to be expected. At least the weather will be warmer than what we've been experiencing in the past. So it'll be about in the mid 60s to upper 60s. And then on Tuesday, we'll even get to a high of 72. However, we could possibly see some showers in the later half of the day, but still some sun earlier in the day. Back on the U of I campus, Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner arrived earlier today at the Illini Union to attend an entrepreneur event. Not everyone welcomed his arrival. Several dozen people gathered at the Union to protest the governor's visit. Some students held up signs expressing their frustrations with the recent budget situation affecting Chicago State University and lack of MAP grants at the U of I. The Illinois Leadership Center was serving free hot chocolate to those passing by outside the Illini Union. Students enjoyed the hot chocolate as they walked across the quad. By the end of the lunch hour, almost all the coolers were out of hot chocolate. The center is open until 9 p.m. during its emergency hours, but provides shuttle services to overnight shelters past that time. The Phoenix Center is now accepting donations to their annual fundraiser, One Winter Night, and will continue to up until February 18th. We'll be back next Thursday. There's another edition of UI7 News next Tuesday.